Good morning, everybody. It's been a hot minute. I was gone, and then I was sick. I'm still sick, but we're back. Pointy Boy KGS with the 60 months. Thank you so much. Again, I'm sorry if my voice is weird. I am sick and on antibiotics and all that stuff. Now, what I don't know... don't think I'm on the Discord server. Right. All right. I guess... Maybe we'll be in the content creation channel. One might expect. Ornlu the fat? Hey, just because I haven't worked out in a week doesn't mean I'm a fatty. I've been sick, man. I feel like a fatty, though. Now, what it does not say is whether these are live games or Rex. Alright, I see Andy making a lobby, which makes me think that this is live. Got fat yourself? Oh, sorry to hear that. I'm alive? I am alive. Sort of. Kind of. Alright, so who do we think is going to make it out of group stage here? You got 4 teams advancing and 5 teams not. Everybody plays everybody, I think. This team I think is going to advance. This team I think is going to advance. This team I think is going to advance. And I think the rest is a toss-up. Maybe favor Wonders. If I had to guess, it would be Capybaras, Wonders, LY, and Vitality. But we'll see. We will have to see. So the first side is going to be the Onimarus Civil War. Using ad block? I'm using ad block. I don't know why this ad pops up, but whatever. I don't know. I'm afraid I don't know. What I don't know, also, of the many things I don't know, is if there's a draft. Okay. So there's a Civ draft. Is there a map draft? Yes, there is. Okay. And since it's a play all 4, there are only 4 maps. Here we go. And the civs. These games are live, interestingly. I would think they would be very difficult to get people to play live games like this, but maybe it's a big enough tournament for that. As somebody who's run team game tournaments in the past, it is not easy to get people to actually play games. There's too many different schedules to coordinate. Alright, so, what are our maps today? Migration, Trace, Leches, Nomad, and Crescent. That's a lot of boating. That is a significant amount of boating. Wait, what on earth are these Vanguard bans? Arabia, Arena, RF, and Fortified Clearing? You're banning, like, the best maps. Jerks. Anyway, Vince, Jordan, and Andy are in the lobby. They are not on the same team because Vince is playing with Viper Tato Lewis. And the other two are on a team. Nacho is technically part of Onimarus Vanguard, but I doubt he'll play. Nacho's not a bad player. He's a bit better than I am, but a bit better than me is not exactly tournament caliber. All the ladder maps? Yeah, I guess so. Oh, an 1800 joined the lobby. They're gonna make it! Yes, good morning. Morning, good morning. Again, sorry I sound like I'm dead. It's just a sinus infection that I got, I think, from being around cats. Wait, drama alert! Hold on. Content creator smurfing. Upcoming, well, good luck. Wait, so, here. Let's go to that bastion of justice and Fair Trials Reddit. Cankersaur? Oh, I did not know that could happen. All right. Content creator smurfing. Danielle says, I'm happy to see you playing police about rules when it comes to tournaments, but here you are smurfing on ladder. The hypocrisy. Curious about the community's views on an issue which just came to mind. I sometimes see formats like this one.
Ein ziemliches Fass Imp in der Regel um
I have no idea. Something in German. From Exilo to the Realo. Played a lot of Rocket League before, where this is not only forbidden, but also results in accounts being banned or at least sanctioned. Here it seems fine. He even played against Daniela, as she pointed out in the same chat. What's your view on this? I'm personally not a fan of these formats. Oh. Yeah, I just think it's kind of... Yeah. Not really a fan of this sort of thing. The secret MBL hatred, always. I mean, I don't like it, and, you know, I run into a lot of Smurf accounts and off-meta accounts or alt accounts or whatever. Smurfing when? I don't really smurf. I just have the one account. Keep my elo down, yeah. One for sober you and one for drunk you. That's funny. I mean, I think it's annoying, but on the other hand, like, you know, it's a game. Not like it's going to be ruining somebody's life. All right, we are all in the lobbies. Looks like the first lineup will be Viper, Pato, and Vinch, so no Lewis. It will be Migration. Looks like Doubt's going to be the pocket for the Vanguard, and it's... I mean, I imagine Viper's going to be the pocket for the Capybaras. That's how the saying goes? Yeah, that's true. A caterer on Air Force One? Oh, no. I don't want rockets shot at me. Thermonuclear war. Just so long as war weren't declared. All right. Yeah, it's a play all four. It's a full-on league format, so they could do stuff like that. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. No, turn that off. Not yet. Okay, I think I'm good. Yep, done. Done. 14 seconds. So many Onis. So much Oni blood shall be spilt today. Just the two. One of them didn't qualify. Sure, it's not your Oni. Yeah, the Dogao, Kingstone, Miguel team didn't qualify. This is a play all four, the rarely seen format. I don't know who they lost to. All right, guys, here we are, the opening game here of the League of Shadows. All right, so in my opinion, still going to be one of the favorites for the tournament, even though it's not the exact same as it used to be. I still trust this team to go very far here. We'll have Kato in the blue as the Japanese for the west of the Capybaras. Viper going to be in the green as the Byzantines in the pocket, and Winchester with the Cyan Celts on the flank with a little bit of idle time. I trust these guys a lot, especially in a team game setting. Also, they're all A-OK civs, so we gotta give them kudos for that. Who would be the favorite in this format? Hera, Leary, Hard, I think, are still the favorites for the tournament. I don't think it's like they're guaranteed to win or anything, but I do think they're the betting favorite. With Dowd as the favorite, yeah. Yeah, definitely think Vitality's the favorite. Anyway, Jordan will be playing here in the red as the Incas on the flank for the Vanguard. The Doubtster will be in the yellow as the Italians in the pocket. Oh, you can dock block here and fish boom off of this one box turtle. If only we had AoE bet. And then Andy will be our final player in this series as the Purple Bengalis on the west flank. The only civ newer than 2012. I like it. Good team, I agree. I mean, Vinch was always, you know, carrying the other Russophone players. And it's like those teams were all still pretty competitive. I think he's one of those players that is super good in like every format. Anyway, as far as matchups go, Incas versus Celts. Neither are really what you think about when it comes to a flag civ on a water map, but Incas do have lots of early wood savings with the settlement plus housing bonus. And Celts obviously have their own lumberjack bonus. You don't want these civs to play water in late game, but they are going to be perfectly fine for fighting for the land in the late game as well. So they're both good on water early, and that's really all you need. You'll have other civs that can focus water later on. Hey. Bengali flank versus Japanese flank. I actually don't love the Bengali flank here. They feel a little slow. Like, this is a very, very close rush distance, and although Bengalis do have a good long-term eco and a good long-term navy, the extra ship HP regeneration is like okay but not amazing, and the villager bonus does take a little while to get going, whereas Japanese, tanky, better fishing ships, and all of those wood savings, they're just such a faster civilization. really did, yeah, do favor this. Yeah, I mean, I think Bengalis would be a much better pocket than a flank. In fact, I'd rather have Italian flank and Bengali pocket. That said, Italians are a very good pocket civ. They can do the fast imp, fast fire ship stuff very, very well. So it's not like they aren't well suited to the pocket role. And they can, of course, go for a giant fish boom very well. Byzantines, same deal. These are going to be two of the best civs. Oh, Viper. Viper. He can do it. He can do it, guys. He can do it. I promise I'm not going to die, chat. But if I do, let my last words be telling Folder that he's a noob. I'm allergic to fish booming? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Jordan is up a hair bit later. Finch is on his triple docks. Galley production is on the way. Purple is opening hulks. I don't love this. Ooh, this is a strategic difference between the two teams. The Vanguard are opening hulks very consciously, and the Capybaras are opening galleys. I feel like galleys are still the best. Now, you can switch over very quickly, so it's not like it's the end of the world, and you can see fire ships are already queued up. Maybe the thought process is that fire ships are the best opening, so you go hulks to counter the fire ships. 44 to 38 villagers, so very different build. Doubt is going to be up to Castle Age a lot faster than his Viper. Up 4 villagers sooner. Viper, of course, going to have a larger economy. Nandi is going to bleed through here. This feels like a little bit of a negligence from... Oh, never mind. Sorry, Tato is chasing him. Like, what are you doing? You need to let your pocket be safe. Meanwhile, on this side, Winchester should be able to hold the line pretty well versus Jordan. Jordan's switching over into fire ships, but they're not here yet. And let's see if Vinch can get fletching in by the time the fire ships arrive. Ooh, look at this. Ooh, I like this from Jordan. Oh, look at it not taking the bait, not sailing into the channel. Maybe one galley wasn't really enough. Oh, the blocking. The blocking. But yeah, this is one of those situations where if the players are evenly matched, nobody should be able to bust through. Fletching in here, though, for Tato. And like I said, no matter what each side opened with, you're still eventually getting to whatever ships you want. Although still no galleys at all from Jordan. He's full fire galley. Now, Finch is appropriately reacting to this and getting some hulks. Getting a market, actually, before a blacksmith. Anyway, you can see Doubt's going to be up to Castle Age a lot faster than Viper. Viper's going to be going for a fast imp almost certainly. Doubt might be playing a bit more in Castle Age. Now, he's still going to have good resources, so it's not like he's going to be very far away from Imperial Age regardless. But... wait, nope, never mind. Doubt is still going to go fast imp. He's not making any warships. Anyway, this is eventually all getting cleared up regardless, so... no harm, no foul. No villagers have been harmed in the making of this film. And like I said, it's really hard to actually take a decisive fight. Jordan's trying. He's really trying to outmaneuver his opponent's fleet, which you gotta give him some credit for that. Castle Age is on the way for Winchester. He did have that market usage. Jordan's not too far behind him, and Jordan has 4 more villagers. So good macro here from Jordan. Meanwhile, on this side, Tato's pretty close to clicking up. Yeah, there's Imp. This is a very good build from Doubt. And anything I want, that's pretty fair. Oh, not the Chompy! Oh, sad. Alright, everybody up on the way for Capybaras. That will leave Andy a little bit in the dust. Also, nobody's selling stone here for Team Capybara. Ooh, Andy could be falling behind, guys. Res collected. He's also a little bit behind there as well, so maybe not the best start here from Andy in terms of just pure mechanics. And that is the thing with Andy. Andy isn't especially well suited to these sorts of games. He's much more of a late game strategic player or a super messy player, but this is like pure meta super execution. Anyway, Siphon's coming in. Gillnet's as well for Doubt. Again, his build is very, very good. Getting up even faster than Byzantines. There are 50 more players on Oni. Yep. Sorry, Andy. Fast fire ships. But, like, this doesn't really combo very well. Like, Jordan's got a huge fleet of fast fire ship, or, you know, fire galleys. Doubt's gonna be supporting him with more fire ships. It's just a little bit weird. Unless Doubt just is entirely gonna go on this western side, which could be the case. And to be fair, Andy's the one who needs the help. No, Byzantines are one of the best pocket civs on this map because of fast fire ships. Fast fires. Voynage even coming in here for Viper. Well, Vinch is here. Vinch really starting to put the pressure on Jordan. Jordan just really with fire ships and only fire ships. Forging coming in now for Vinch. Clinkers are getting constructed. He also has Bodkin in already. And despite Doubt having a very good build, Vanguard could be in a bit of trouble. That said, the fire ships are here. Kato's going to need to do some holding. Viper's building some forward docks as well. But like I said, Doubt just has a better build. Demos here for Jordan. I don't know, guys. Good to see some high-level, high-stakes team games, though, for sure. Oh, by the way, I can only stream for another couple hours. If that, not even. Well, at 2:30 my time, I have a dentist appointment, so I have to end whenever that is. Anyway, Siphons is in. The fast fire ships are here for Italians. Vanguard not in the middle? Not yet, no. Doubt sold his stone, remember. Viper did not. Like, Doubt's build is all about hitting that fast fire ship timing, which he is doing. Like, Doubt is doing his job at the moment. It's just part of the build. But Tato's trying to hold the line with a few War Hulks mixed in here, which I really like. And now, is it going to buy enough time here for Viper's fast fire ships, which, remember, are of superior quality to the Byzantine, or to the Italian ones as Byzantines. Backup caster? Exactly. Guys, is the Capybara team able to hold the line? They are behind in numbers. How about this eastern side? Oh. Incas don't have siphons, unless I'm very much mistaken. Let's see. Nope. Yeah, that's definitely a big bummer. Viper is trying to balance both sides. Tato is expanding his eco to the middle. Viper is expanding his eco to the middle. Vanguard have an, at the moment, villager advantage, but they will lose on map control at this rate. Siphons is very good when ships stack up, as you would expect it would. So, like, all of this patrol stacking here with the Hulks, like, Siphons would do a lot of redundant damage there. Viper's also got a drummer now. He's trying to drum up some business. That's an interesting choice just to help snipe the docks quickly. I like it. You don't need to, like, heavily invest into them, but, I mean, they're Byzantines. I imagine Vikings were banned. Yeah, Vikings were banned. No reason to let them through when you have so many water maps in the draft. Viper's got more eco overall than Doubt does. Weird that Doubt's in yellow and Viper's in green, but such is life. Third TC coming in here from Viper. I gotta say, to me, the difference maker in the game thus far has actually been Tato. Tato has been able to hold his side very, very well. Now, this side has completely crumbled. The Fireship support, Jordan playing very well here against Vinchester. Vinch has lost almost, if not all, of his fishing ships, and Vinch is actually in the middle. Okay, that's huge. The middle eco, but that's what I'm saying, right? Is what enabled the middle eco was Tato. Tato bought time for Viper to have the more economic build than Doubt to get his TCs down, and then Tato himself somehow got all of these extra TCs in the middle. It's honestly pretty insane. Like, that's just some freaking good team gameplay there from Tati. Imp on the way from Andy, though, so there we go. Had a rough start, but now he's on 87 villagers, so great macro from him. You do have the trade cogs, remember, and Andy certainly knows that. Of course, even if we think that Andy's a bit of a weaker player when it comes to early game meta execution, as the game goes on, he is going to be able to compete right there with the best of everyone else. Still, the Byzantine fire ships are a bit better. Incas? The Incas have a lot of early wood savings with their settlements plus houses. I mean, they're not a water civ, right? But they can fight for the land just fine. But this is a very real concern, guys. I don't think you can win this game without any middle control. Vinch is adding in the TCs there. I mean, it was rough for Vinch on this side for sure, but he's at least getting to what he needs at this point, right? He is getting here on the land. He's getting those TCs down. That's, you know, Vinch doing what he needs to. Now, Doubt can add in some Ganon Kellians relatively soon. Ooh, some Samurai. Oh, and now Tato's going to come in with some towers. Let's go. Team Age of Kings civs. Let's do it. Viper's fishing ships are in trouble, but remember, Viper has 2 TCs in the middle of the map. It's not the end of the world. Also, Viper is only really spending food on villagers and upgrades, right? He's still only making fleet, so the fishing ships, although essential to get you to the Imperial Age, once you get there and get the necessary upgrades, it's not like it's the most critical thing in the world. Why on earth are these guys stacking up? Literally neither player should do it, and they both are. It's kind of cringe. Oh my goodness, those Drummond hits are insane. Oh my goodness! Doubt! 1, why would you stack up into Siphons? 2, why would you stack up into Drummonds? Both are true. Alright, Tato's gonna try and come in with some Hulks. Now, Andy is building a castle up over here, and Andy's imp time is very good. His villager count's also really good. He's got 20 fishing ships on flank, which is pretty sick. Drummonds are Lochwans if they were balanced. Alright, still more ships threatening over here from the Vanguard. Again, their score looks insane, but Migration is one of the most score-lying-y maps out there. Because as we can see, it's that middle control here for Team Capybaras that's going to be so good going forward. Tato's also picking up Yasuma at this point. Yes, it is a very difficult map to play. Yeah. Oh, we got the Yuckers. We got the Goofy Brigade. Andy out here with his trebuchet, though. And again, great little boom in mid-game from Andy with those fishing ships. Able to safely get those out. Really leveraging the fact that Doubt was applying a lot of pressure. You can see where's... Yeah, Andy a little bit ahead of resources compared to Blue. Good old Mass Nori is on the way. Viper trying to push back over here. Getting a castle up right there. I think Red's going to be... Oh, condos. Yes, duh. Incas do get discounted condos, remember. Thinking it would be chompies, but nope. Condos certainly make sense in the team setting. Woads should do pretty well against them, though. Well, I mean, upgrades are going to be important, to be fair. Samurai as well do very well against condos. Tato's starting to tower creep here on the shoreline. And it's just this little peninsula that's here for Andy. Got some guard towers. Is docking. Yeah, no, Tato's not just docking. He's towering behind here as well. Like, look at this little campaign tower plus dock combo. Like I said, whatever the scores may tell you, to me, Tato is the MVP of this game so far. Jordan trying to make something happen here with these condos. The upgrades are pretty good for him. He does have a presence here, right? He was actually able to get a presence way here to the south of the map. Doubt, I really don't know why. Like, Doubt is just super all in, and I don't really know why. He's going to run out of wood here pretty soon. Finch finds a way to click up to Imperial Age finally. That's massive. And so does Tato. They still need to hold the line. Oh, that tower is out of range. Well done. And I still like the prospects of Capybara going forward. Good monk control from Winchester here as well. And the cannon galleons are coming in, but it's going to be so slow trying to push this back, right? I mean, the Trebs are doing work. Tato's repairing that castle like crazy. There is a Drummond trying to Drummond up some business. Oh, the micro. The micro. Oh, can I get another shot in? Good angle. Nope. There's one splat. It's going to buy more time here for the Capybaras. Finch is starting to lose some vills, though. A castle's coming forward from Jordan. He's establishing a really nice choke point here with the Cambions. Tactically, Jordan has played very well this game. Yeah, look at that choke point. But that Cataphracts, I don't know if you know this, chat, but they pack quite a punch. Castle in the great spot there. Defensive castle, actually, here from Winchester to try and help with the condo landing, but he's also losing a ton of vills. 20 dead villagers for Winchester. This is not going to be close. No, it will not. I'm not sure. Oh, Andy's trying to build another castle. Okay. But this castle stands, guys. It's taken 12,000 damage, and it's full HP at the moment. And Imp is going to be in here very shortly for the two flanks here. Elite Yucker coming in. An Elephant Archer's on the way here for Andy. But guys, again, the scores, they really don't tell the full story on this map. And you really have to look at it in terms of the long game, in terms of who is going to be successful. Eventually his bills, these guys. A bunch of condos landing on his island. Freak Fire coming in here for Viper. No. Oh boy. Castle stands, that's huge, and zoning off the Scorpions, and sniping a Treb is not a bad thing. Tato's grabbing keep at the moment, but like, Tato, with the assistance of Viper, has done so much in just stalling this side. I mean, what's the Imp timing advantage difference? 35 to 20. Guys, this is like 9 minutes of stalling an Imp advantage. And now Viper establishing some Cataphracts. He's on 146 vills. Doubt's villager count looks good, but remember, he's only on 1 TC. He has no presence in the middle of the map and is therefore unable to do anything on the land. I mean, this is exactly what we want to see in a team game tournament. Guys, I love team games so much. Everybody finding a way to contribute. Scores are about to flip, though. Tato did finally lose this castle. He's going to just establish another one. I mean, it's a good slow push here from Andy, for sure. But is it going to be enough? Capybaras have a huge overall eco lead. Jordan's going to be completely falling off the wagon. I mean, Dinkas just don't do anything against Kelsier. Onager coming in as well. I mean, those Cambions are just so sad against all this Celt stuff. Tato, I mean, look how annoying Tato's being here. This disrupts the trade routes as well, remember. Carax are in here applying more pressure. Wait, how on earth is that an inappropriate message? I mean, we know that Hans is toxic, but... Oh, man. How much has Tato killed? Tato's killed 23 eco units. It's not that much. And, I mean, they are reacting to it fast, which they absolutely need to. Celtic Fury also on the way. And, guys, the Capybaras have taken the score lead. I hope all the other casters have really been laying out, and I give them credit, I'm sure they have been, just how well the Capybaras have done to play the long game here. And just slow everything down. The keeps are in. They have arrow slits. I mean, Bengalis do have very good defenses. But Vinch is going to be online here. He's on 111 vills and counting. He has, gotten at least some of his eco back at this point. Silk Road. And not just, yeah, it's weird. And yeah, the Elephant Archers are insane. No questions asked. That said, Celts are one of the best civs at countering them with a ton of siege. It's one of the few things that can actually deal with a big blob of Ellie Archers. And again, Dowd has 0 presence at all on the land. He's only at around 120 pop. Viper's got elite cataphracts in. And I don't know if you guys know this, but elite cataphracts, they pack quite a punch. 84 HP right now on those onagers. And I feel like Finch is gonna wall Andy so hard. Sturm is here from Tato as well, just a decent support option. But like, this has been so ludicrously annoying by Tato. It's been brilliant, honestly. Really, really sick. 26 kills on these towers so far. Tato still has a huge blob of Carax running around. I mean, Andy's established himself quite the late game. He's slowly but inexorably been moving forward, although his stone income's got to be terrible at this point. Now, actually building houses on his allies' island. Samurai will actually do a good job of destroying those houses. Nice snipes there. And, of course, the monks help a lot. Oh, dear, guys. Look at this. Well, I mean, the Onagers are kind of going down, but so are the Trebuchets, and those are harder to replace. Oh, no. Oh, no. I don't think they have Logistica yet. They do not. If Logistica was in, those Cambios would have literally melted. Even without it, this is probably still fine. Capybara coming in. SO coming in right now for Vinchester. I'm pretty sure Viper's been slinging. It's actually... I find it so weird that it's received and then sent. Yeah, Viper has been slinging... Oh, he's actually been slinging Tato. Makes sense, makes sense. Vinch, though, coming back online now. Celt late game going to be bustling. And now Tato pushing back with the Kataparuto Trebuchets. And things are looking pretty rough for the Vanguard at the moment. Tato still hasn't been evicted from this southern position. Stronghold, let's go. I don't think Jordan Civ is good enough here. Heavy Scorp is in too. The fact that Vinch was able to do all of this without a sling is honestly super impressive. Oh, look at that Celt Castle Fire. Let's go! The efficiency, the DPS. I mean, it's way too late, Tifer. It felt like Doubt thought the game would end quickly, but games don't usually end super quickly on this map. Which is why I almost always subscribe to the, make sure you have a plan to get to the middle. philosophy. Viper, you just killed that goose. You're a jerk. Well, a little bit of friendly fire there, but yeah, like I said, this is just... It feels like it's asking too much for Jordan to try and compete with Vinchester here. I do think Jordan has played relatively well. It's just a matter of he wasn't well enough set up to the fact that his Civ disadvantage was quite extreme on the land in the late game. More SO are coming out. More Katas. Still no Logistica. That is definitely a very important upgrade. Terms are holding the line. Still missing the last armor upgrade. Still missing Pikes. His team is not as good. I don't even know about that. I don't... I mean, it could be a strategic thing. It could just be a doubt isn't as good as Viper thing, which, I mean, both things are possible. Like I said, I do think Jordan and Andy are not, you know, acquitting themselves poorly in this game. Ah, there's Logistica. That said, Tato is a complete monster here. Even though Tato's kind of fallen off as a 1v1 player, his team game skills are not to be questioned. Elite Woad Raider coming in as well. Tato just littering the map with towers. Trade cogs are going here as well. I mean, guys, look at this. Trade cogs, almost non-existent here for the Vanguard, and there's the GG called by freaking Andy. Yeah, I don't have enough positive things to say about how Team Capybara played that. It's not like they just smoothly rolled their way to victory. They ran into some adversity, but super great play from all three players. Viper finding a way to get to the middle of the map, slinging his allies as needed, supporting with the cataphracts. I mean, it really is that support role that he did from the pocket super well. Vinch was able to hold just fine versus Jordan, and then eventually, without any support, get to Kelt SO and Elite Woad Raider. Like, that's not easy to do. And then, of course, Tato, like I said, really, I think, the star of this game. Able to get such a firm foothold in the middle of the map that nobody had a great chance to make it onto the middle here on the other side. But thank you so much for the 44 months for Valens. Nobody had, like, that insane of a KD. Viper's eco, certainly the best, though, and he did a fair bit of slinging. That will be game number 1 in the books. Remember, it is a play all 4. All right, that is the Byzantines and the Japanese and the Celts winning over the Italians and the Incas and the Bengalis. So pretty high draft picks on both sides. Pass some of the units to disrupt Viper's fish. Yeah, I'm not too sure how effective that whole idea was. All right, I'm gonna get some more coffee. I'll be right back. I returned. I hope you enjoy my wonderful ASMR. Ah, my voice isn't that bad. Might have just been over-exaggerating it a little bit right there. $4K viewers? Well, it's Daniela's tournament. Well, I've been gone for like almost a week. Danielle's at 754 viewers, so she is absolutely killing it with this. The clown show? I'm just checked out of life, man. All dead? I don't know. It's been a long time since I've especially enjoyed watching Ladder. Alright, guys, it is time for croissant. And chat barely noticed? Oh, I don't blame you guys. Why didn't I don't know. That is not the right button. There we go. Remember, players can pick which side they want to be on. So it's always the lower player number who's on the landward side, and then the higher player number that's on the water side. So, losing the last game, seeing if they can strike back. We'll have Andy in the purple as the Malay on the water flank, Doubt as the yellow Turks in the pocket, and Jordan as the red Portuguese here on the east flank. A very, almost complete crescent, that's for sure. Their opponents will be Viper in the blue as the shoe on the flank, so Viper swapping it up and now going flank. Hato's going to be in the pocket this time as the Berbers in the green. It's just going to be Cyan Britons on the west flank. Age of Empire strikes back, indeed. So, interesting Civ choices. Well, at least a couple of them are interesting. Looking at the matchups here on the landward flank, two going to be a good waters. Well, I mean, they are a good water Civ, but like, they can go archers very well on flank, so can Portuguese. They also can contribute when it comes to Navy as the game goes on, so I think both are going to be doing just fine there. While the other's being bitten right down the middle. Or maybe it's in the middle of tearing it so you can see all the airy pockets of buttery goodness. I love croissants. Question is, what do you like on your croissant? Because I'm like a jelly on a croissant guy. I'm not a cheese or you know, savory stuff. And I prefer savory breakfasts in general. Britons, I think, is very strange. It's not like Britons are like a bad water Civ. I mean, they have a good early game.
Ready. Grayton?
Malay should still be better. They have a bit of a better eco than Britons. Oh my goodness, this gold is terrible. I guess it's not technically an adminry, but it does suck.
Ready.
Dipping in coffee? On tartine. I don't think I've had tartines. Well, I mean, to be fair, I think that the league has a pretty good map pool. It's just they banned all the land maps. Although, again, here's where Ornlu, the hot take artist, comes in. I think that especially if you're doing a play-all format, you should have fixed maps in a league stage like this. Like, each round has a different set of maps to ensure that they all get even playing time.
Ready.
Greeting. Yay.
But yeah, kind of unsure as to why you're playing Britons on the full water position. Berbers and Turks. Turks is the weird one here. Like, again, Turks are fine. They're not a bad water civ. But... Huh. Yeah, I'm just not sure. Berber's going to be just a good all-around civ. They are a little slow for, like, an aggressive water civ, but if you're playing them from the pocket here, where you have a bit more space to build up and utilize your speedy ships to sail around, I actually like that a lot. Like, this is a good spot to play Berbers as a water civ. What was that sound? A whale? Anyway. Ooh, Viper with some early Stonewalls. They call him Stonewall Viper. His favorite Confederate general that was shot by his own troops. Well, you don't want to be doing that. Men-at-Arms about to be in. Hurt your shoulder? Oh, no. Alright, so Doubt's going to be going for some scouts. He's also grabbing fishing lines. I'm curious as to what exactly the plan is. Okay, so this seems to be a theme. Both pockets are going to be opening scouts. I mean, this should just be pure water stuff, right?
Yeah.
Finch is making a bunch of hulks. Oh, here he is. Oh, Tata's got a dock in the front and in the back. I kind of like that. Actually, I especially like the back dock because, in theory, Finch will protect you. That's doing the same thing now as well. Oh, there's actually a lot of fish in the back, too. Holy cow. Alright, Blacksmith coming in over here. The Men-at-Arms currently 1 kill. Nothing terribly drastic. 2 ranges here for Jordan. A Viper will be fully stonewalled, though. Ooh, Scout got through, though. Nicely done there. We'll get the snag on the Villager and delay the dock, I think. Because, like, Jordan absolutely deserves... That is nonsense, man. That is complete nonsense. Alright, Archer's gonna come forward, but obviously they can't punch through this, not easily. But you do have transports, and Jordan will immediately queue on up. In fact, I have no idea how you would stop that. Men-at-Arms still being a bit annoying, but I'm sure Doubt's completely fine. 37 to 35 Vil, so he's actually even with a slight villager advantage over his counterpart, Tato. And on this western side, couple Vil lead for the Malay player, as you would expect. Happily fishing away here in the middle. Andy with some fires still being a bit annoying. Now it's got a Hulk to try and defend himself, but... Or sorry, Tato has a Hulk to try and defend himself, but... Well, it's not going to be the easiest thing in the world. Now, Jordan is ahead in eco relative to Viper. And he's also doing this, which again, like... I'll be honest, guys, this feels extremely obvious. But maybe they suspect it. Alright, I think they see it. Skirmisher's just now queued up, but this is a fair few archers with fletching. Right now, Vanguard have a big military lead. 13 warships to 13 here on this western front, so things still seem pretty even between Vinch and Andy. And Tato pounces. No upgrades on the scooter bugs, though, but looks like it's just enough. Also, other casters call them scooter bugs, right? I'm not the only one. I'm not weird, I promise. Alright, Vinch is actually looking really close to clicking up to Castle Age. Look at the res collected. Andy actually has the slight lead, but I guess it's a matter of investment from Vinchester. Actually, look at that. 2 kills and 3 kills, relatively speaking. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, 5 kills, 0 deaths actually for Vinch, so really, really strong opening from him, and he will be the first player up to Castle Age. As Malay Andy will get there relatively quickly, but it seems like Vinch has been very effective in where exactly he's been attacking. It has caused Tato to have to play probably a little bit more defense here with the forward pawn than he wants. And it looks like all of those fishing ships have had to flee or be sunk or something. But he's still happily fish booming in the back. He's still even with Doubt in terms of fishing ship numbers, so that seems perfectly fine. Vanguarded. Alright. Yellow over here as well. Viper with a few skirmy bros, but that's not much. And Doubt's got bloodlines as well. Tato's coming in with his own upgrades. He's got forging, but this really doesn't feel great for Viper, who's now actually getting quite far behind Jordan in terms of economy. And these stone walls just really... this just feels like literally the most obvious thing possible. All right, Jordan clicks up as well. Little bit of a mess over here as fishing ships are attempted to be sniped by Viper, but Viper is honestly really not doing much. You got... I have the regular amount or whatever. Enhance? What are you guys talking about? What's the regular amount? I think the default is 9. It's either 9 to 11 or something like that, minutes an hour. Anyway, big fight over here. $9-11. Oh no, what have I done? Well, Jordan will still survive with a few archers, so not too bad for him. And he's almost up to Castle Age. Meanwhile, though, Finch adding in those TCs, leveraging the power of Britons. And you do have to make sure you can't... Just Melamatre with the 45 months. Fine. Thank you for supporting my less than minimum wage career. Greedy? Yes, that's me. I'm so greedy. I just got like a $260 check from Twitch yesterday. I'm just rolling in cash. Well, Vinch is kind of just killing everything here with his huge navy. And he's almost up to Castle Age. But he needs to keep those ships alive until they're upgraded. Meanwhile, Doubt adding in extra TCs as well. He's in Castle Age. Kato's not there quite yet. And so far, different players seem to be in different stages, so to say. Tato's got a huge fish boom. Doubt, not really a huge one. Vinch has killed 14 eco units. Holy cow. This here with an espresso. Like a Sabrina Carpenter espresso? That's a Sabrina Carpenter song, right? I'm trying to be hip and happening with the kids, guys. You keep thinking it's better than nothing? Exactly. Oh, they put baby in a corner. Well, that is pretty darn decisive. Just not, it's like just not in time, and he was able to get those upgrades. Did come in with some reinforcing fire ships, and he still might be able to scrounge out a decent engagement there, but he did lose a lot of his fleet. You know, Tato's going to be going up to 4 TCs. He's on 2 stables. And mix in some camels, of course. PC potatoes? That's, I mean, you know, haven't you seen Leary's YouTube videos with the frickin' TikTok subtitles on them? With it's like literally one word a subtitle because that's all people have the attention span for. You know, that's what I got to compete with. Anyway, And he does clean everything up there. Really, really well done from him. Only 3 fire ships left for Vinchester. So the initial fight was very bad, but he was able to come in with the reinforcements just in the nick of time. Meanwhile, how's Viper faring? He is extremely far behind Jordan, who is now coming in with another TC. Viper has no fishing ships. Jordan has 13. Lightcav coming in here. Still, we're kind of in a weird situation, right? Where Cyan and Purple have similar sized economies. It's a bit better for Vinchester, but now Andy has the army numbers advantage. Tato is ahead of Doubt. And then Viper's behind Jordan, so it all kind of cancels each other out. A little bit more raiding coming in, but those camels are obviously going to put a stop to it before anything too drastic happens. Mandingalingo, thank you for the raid. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're currently watching The League, the second game of the tournament. Jordan trying to apply a little bit more pressure, but again, if you look at the eco kills, it really is just the Vinchester show doing so much of the damage. Andy getting a bit done as well. 12 kills is not bad either, but Vinch was the one who did sack a lot of his navy just to get those kills. Also now grabbing a handcart, and his eco is looking very good. I gotta say, guys, I still think the Capybaras are going to be better going forward. I'm kind of surprised Doubt isn't in a bit of a better spot than he is.
Defend him.
But I guess he just lost a lot of his fishing fleet, which was a huge issue for him. Berbers are underrated on water. I like Berbers a lot on all settings. But this wasn't really a water play from Tato so much as he's just playing them as a cav civ with fast-moving fishing ships, which is not bad. Anyway, Vil counts are even. Vanguard with a slight military lead. The scores are pretty close as well. But like I keep saying, it feels like the long-term play is just better here for the Capybaras. Oh my goodness, that poor fishing ship had no idea. Got some towers coming in here from Vinchester, and it will be Tato on his way up to Imp as well as Jordan. Now, Jordan is on a relatively low eco in doing so, but will be able to push. And let it happen. I mean, capybaras are pretty wonderful. Capybaras are the favorite animal of Jenny, and therefore we must always treasure and respect them because we love Jenny here on this stream. All right, how close to Imp is Andy? Not close at all. Vinch is relatively close to clicking up. Who, what? Jenny Kim, member of Blackpink, lover of capybaras. The old man and the relic. Frickin' Andy trying to steal the relic. All right, Vinch clicks up. As we mentioned earlier, Tato is on his way there. It looks like he'll just be going cavalry for now. And really the only thing here for Jordan is that you gotta push through here. I mean, you can ferry units over, but you are still gonna have to push uphill. Like, no matter what you do, you're still pushing uphill. Just a big rat? I don't know. They're pretty chill. They're pretty cute. But yes, they are a big rat. Haven't you seen the ones in Japan that have like an orange on their head in the hot springs? That's pretty cute. All right, castle coming in here from Tato.
Mandatum.
More towers for Vinchester. Andy's on his way up to Imperial Age, but Vinch is going to be restarting his navy soon. Now, Britain's, yeah, they don't get Karak, and they don't get the last fire ship upgrade, so Britain's actually got a naval nerf for whatever reason. And they had the water rework. Capybaras in an aquarium. Did they swim around?
Yeah.
Reynald of Karak, indeed. The Karak de Chevalier. I mean, yeah, Jordan's pushing here, but like I said, you're still pushing uphill. So it's still tough to try and make this happen. Viper is in the single worst position of any player in the game, though. He's going to need to hold the line like crazy. And that stone wall certainly isn't going to last forever. Fortified wall coming in from Viper, but way too late. Now, Tata's going to be here with some Cavalier. Is that going to be enough? We have Janissaries for Doubt. He's also making some fire ships, even though his Civ doesn't get fast fire ship, which is a little weird. And I don't know, guys. I really just feel like I trust the Capybaras more in the late game. That said, yeah, unless Jordan really screws up here. Nope, a wombat is a real animal. It is a marsupial. Like a kangaroo. Alright, Viper trying to get some more of his own relevant archer upgrades. Red, no Faderias. Just still pushing here. Got Siphons now coming in here. The Vanguard have a big military lead for now. Untasty tomatoes. I just don't like the texture of tomatoes. The Janissaries, I'm not too sold on. Got some Hussars coming in here from Doubt. And yes, the Turk Hussars are quite good, but it's like, is that all you really have to offer? He's going to add in some cannon galleons. Now that said, Malay are just going to be better than Britons here, like I said. Got more towers coming in. That's a lot of towers, actually. Oh my goodness, those towers are going to start nuking everything. Oh my goodness, Vinch needs to pay attention, otherwise he's going to like lose half his fleet in transit. Anyway, Jordan's getting cleaned up there. Alt magazine coming in here from Viper, and again, Viper, he might be in the worst spot of any one player in this game, but he doesn't need to be in that great of a spot. He just needs to, like, not die. It doesn't matter if Viper can't push, so long as Viper can just not die over here. No thalassocracy in yet, though, for the harbors. No masonry even to slow down the rate of destruction. Heated shot now coming in here from Tato. Yeah, he's going to try and get some towers down. Berber's not the best towers, but they'll certainly work in a pinch guard tower with arrow slits even, technically. But yeah, Doubt trying to push here on the water. BBT in for him as well. You don't want to just be sitting there. Yeah, look at that. Villagers garrisoned in those towers. 26 kills on those 4 towers. Tato's got 41 Cavalier. He's also starting to come in with some trade pods. Gonna do a little bit of raiding here in the back as Doubt's actually coming in with a Bombard tower. Now, eventually, the Berber player's going to want to, I think, get to something a little bit better, but we really are arriving here in the late game with relatively even footing, although a definite little bit of advantage right now to Team Capybaras. Here comes Andy on the water, though. Okay, now he's also got the harbors in. Keeping arrow slopes coming in for Winchester. Of course, Britons themselves have very good towers, although not as good as, like, the Turk Bombard towers. But especially if you can get some high ground hits in, which I am pretty sure you can. Wait, is he at... Wait, hold on. Is Vinch on a double university? Wait. Oh, my goodness, the double university. He's got Oxford and Cambridge here. All right, Viper himself is trying to push. Jordan has a huge blob of arms, a lot larger than Viper's. But, I mean, it's just, you are a very good civ at camping here. And Tato's got a lot more Cavalier to support than Doubt does on the land, as Doubt's actually going for some heavy camels to counter the enemy Cavalier. Cannon Galleons coming in here from Andy, and the Vanguard now have a pretty decent military lead. Finch has a huge villager count, but not that much in the way of navy. And, I mean, right now, Traction Trebs do have siege engineers. They will slowly whittle down that castle. Jordan has a lot more arcs, though. Oh, even some Lochwans are here. Oh, they're gonna die pretty fast, though. I was wondering how that castle was actually dying. And this is big here for the Vanguard, as Viper really starting to outpush Jordan. Big naval fight. Now it's got some ships. And it should be more than enough to deal with Andy. But now Tato's coming in from downtown. Oh, look at this guy's 2.02 movement speed. Do we have the Berber trade cog in action? Oh my goodness, guys, here they are. 2.64. I think they're fully upgraded. Yep. Full upgrades, guys. 2.64, the fastest legitimate movement speed you can get in AoE 2. Look at him go. And now Viper continuing to push here with the Lochwans. And I'm really worried, guys, for Vanguard that they are just running into a late game problem. Other than Andy, I'm not sure if Dowd and Jordan can compete with these three players in terms of late game on the team Capybaras, as their score is getting a little bit better and better. Now the harbors help, for sure. Get 8 bonus damage there versus the ships. You don't have really ship armor anymore, so yeah, the harbors are just dealing a good amount of damage no matter what. Viper is trying to run low on units. And of course, those bombard towers are a huge defensive advantage. Another big fight over here on the water, but Finch is just doing so much work here. Arquebus coming in for Jordan's a nice touch. I mean, those harbors do a lot of damage. But now Tato's here with his own galleons. Does he not have ballistics? Tato is just now getting ballistics. How are these streamers securing huge... What, like Daniela, is the tournament's sponsored by World's Edge, so it's basically just an investment from World's Edge. It's actually an insane deal for streamers because you get money and you don't have to pay it back at all. More bombard towers around. I mean, Turks are, you know, some of the kings of stalling. But you need to be winning water if you're stalling on land like this. Hussar coming in here from Tato. Of course, trade is going to be going around here on both sides. Jordan trying to push this back. But I'm really just worried that... I'm not even kidding, guys. I'm worried that Doubt and Jordan are just a little too washed to try and compete here in late game. Absolutely. I mean, I love the fact that we have this much invested into the team game scene. I'm really surprised that Nilly agreed to it, especially with Daniela as the host, but you know what? Great for her. Great for the AoE2 community. Anyway, no masonry is actually a mistake for sure. Again, it really does help mitigate a lot of the damage that ships deal. Not the cannon galleons, but all the other ships. Like, why Nilly would agree to such a huge prize pool for a teaming game event for a streamer like Daniela, who's a very small streamer. Yeah, the numbers are still even. No, I just disabled that that setting at the start of the stream. No AI will be trained on my stream. They are holding the line. That is true. And the bombard towers are continuing to creep forward. Traction shrubs still outrange these bombard cannons, though. And it's going to be just as hard to push up this hill as it is on the other side. I'm freaking clicking an archer. Okay, yeah, they are fully upgraded. These guys are also fully upgraded, so no issues there. I mean, it's one of those things that it's really about how you use it. And the thing is, I just don't trust most people to use it well. And especially the way a lot of the AI stuff is sold is really, really lousy. I mean, Andy can stall here. I mean, he's doing a great job of it. Did get masonry finally, though no architecture is available for play. Cannon galleons here at the back from Tato. And I mean, just look at this push, guys. I just don't think this will end up getting stopped. Those camels aren't going to do enough. Circumnavigation, let's go. Use it for? Yeah. Love it. It's really unfortunate. 22k army value right here. And I don't know. I feel like we've been seeing the writing on the wall for a while. Huge navy here from Tato. Berber Navy is nothing to sneer at, especially in late game. Those Barbary pirates don't mess around, man. Even demo ships coming in. Tato can't help himself, guys. It's just, you know, you can't be too hard on him. Don't die. I'll do my best to not die. I mean, that's a lot of bombard cannons. It's 10 bombard cannons and 7 bombard cannons. I just don't think this is happening fast enough. Okay, well, if Viper lets that happen, maybe. You're still having to push uphill. And if you send the Lochwans in over here, that's also going to make things tricky. Against 2 top tier, I think they're just better players in the late game. I hate to be that guy. Oh. But I am honestly concerned that there's going to get to be a point in the game when I just am not sure Jordan and Doubt can compete. Andy certainly can, but, like, Andy isn't going to be able to, like, hold off Tato and Vinchester 2v1, which is basically what he's being asked to do here. And I think maybe right here we see why the teams were chosen in the way that they were. I think they probably just think that Viper, Tato, Vinchester are their best 3 players. But we also saw in RF that I think that Doubt ran into just mechanics issues in various points in the game. Like, Doubt would just sacrifice himself on flank so often, and I feel like it just did not work out at all well for him. Also coherent. Well, I mean, Vinchester doesn't have a super long history of playing with these guys, but I think that we around these parts would agree that Vinchester is such a good team game player that, you know, it's not like he's going to be super hard to slot in. It's a play all four. It's a league format, remember? You know, the name of the tournament and all that. Anyway, elephants are being attempted by Andy, a bit of a Hail Mary move. But I mean, this side has just been dominated so much by Tato and Vinchester that, again, it feels a little rough for Andy. His score is super high still. I don't think that the players here for the Vanguard are bad. I just think that you have Tato, Viper, and Vinch, who are just so fluidly helping out each other. I mean, Tato came onto water at the perfect time to leverage the 2v1 when Viper was strong enough here to defend by himself, and they had just enough time here, and of course, like I said, the macro, the micro, the fights being taken were all so good. White Feather cards do have anti-elephant damage, I believe. Yes, they do. So they're going to do just fine versus those Mumok. But I mean, yeah, the three Capybara players are also three of the most versatile players we have in AoE too. So I mean, it's a team I'm going to love to watch throughout the tournament, and I think you guys will as well. Camel Archer's now coming in from Tato. Yeah, there should be scheduled maintenance today. No idea how that's going to work with the tournament. Got Werewolf coming in. But yeah, gotta appreciate the Capybara's not getting bogged down by the slow push. Viper's pop is dropping. He just need to make sure he can keep that up. 9 traction traps, though, is going to be so annoying to try and push down. The outside's also going to be something to consider for Capybaras if they want to end the game, which I imagine they want to end the game, because that's where you knock down the trade. And it looks like that's exactly what these guys are doing over here. So many elite cannon. How many elite cannon galleons are we at? 22 elite cannon galleons for Tato, guys. Yep. Over double the army value at this stage. I mean, the harbors do a lot to slow this down, and like I said, Andy is doing yeoman's work trying to buy as much time as he can. It's just into what? Wood is actually something you have to be a little bit careful about, but you do have trade in the water to help with that. And I like how they're splitting trade between water and land just for minimum bumping. Hey! It's Tato, guys. It's Tato. He'll find a way to make it work. You love to see that. Not something Andy was expecting. But yeah, we've had both games that have looked relatively oh, wow, Tato just shows up with a billion Camel Archers and towers coming up. Yeah, this is absolutely a GG moment. Bunch of fully upgraded elite Camel Archers show up in your trade route, and then another guy starts building Britain towers right there. Yep. Yeah, that checks out. Anyway, like I said, I think that this combo is going to be really tough to stop, and right there, the Capybara is showing how freaking good they are. But those are two games on water maps that went late and they looked relatively similar. On a different sort of map. Oh, whoops. I mean, that's the thing though, like, they're all water maps. Like, you just picked all water maps. Or hybrid plus water maps. I don't even think this is an overly watery map pool. It's just they picked all the water maps. Yeah, like, it's these 4 maps plus Cape of Storms. Alright, that is the Shu winning, the Britons winning, and the Berbers winning over the Malay, the Portuguese, and the Turks. So a lot of top-tier picks here. Was he trying to kill esports viewership? Yeah, probably. Okay, how the heck does Daniela have 2K viewers? She has to have gotten a raid from somebody, right? Oh, maybe it is front page. That's sexist? Yep. Very sexist. Jealous? Not really. I don't really deserve any huge viewership at the moment. Just because she's a woman? No. Yeah, there are absolutely videos of me casting at lands. Just look up, like, Grand Melee videos, or NAC3 or NAC2 videos, or whatever. Alright, Nomad is next. It's 9 Vil start, so Chinese are going to be super good. Huns probably for the horse. Don't know what else. Maybe go with Wiska or Bohemians for an FC sort of thing. Something like that. And for the Vanguard, Malians are just very good on Nomad-style maps. You could see a Burmese here for the aforementioned FC stuff. Are you going to see Ketons for the Warhulk play with the double forging and double iron casting? Maybe. Vietnamese could also work. We will have to see. We will see. We will the letter C. Ah, Daniela does have front page. She's botting? I don't think she's botting. Yeah, guys. In case it wasn't obvious, I am sick. I'm on antibiotics. Yeah, no, exactly. That's what I said. Failed to download match content. Oh, interesting. Some odd civ picks. 2 minutes, and we will be getting into game number 3 of our 4-game set. Alright, less than a minute, guys. All right. Here we are, guys. Game number 3 of this 4-game set of all the boating maps. Well, except for one of them. Cape of Storms. More of a Regicide showdown. There is one of the maps that has Regicide, but most of the maps aren't really made better by Regicide. It tends to slow games down a lot because of the castle and all that. Only specific maps. Does it really make sense? Anyway, we have all of our TC locations down here. So Jordan will be in the red as the Ketons here on the south, near in this sort of harbor area or bay or inlet, or depending on the scale you want to talk about. Anyway, he'll be the red Ketons. Andy's going to be a little bit to the north in the purple as the 2P. And then to the north of that, in the yellow, as the Malians, it will be Doubt. Looking for a win here. Pros hate Regicide? They don't hate Regicide. It's just a matter of what map does Regicide make better. And the list of maps that, in a competitive setting, Regicide makes better is quite small. Anyway, for the Capybaras, we will have Viper rocking the Mongols over here to the north. I wonder how the board generation is for this version of Nomad. Obviously, they've scouted it and practiced it. Finch is going to be in the Cyan as the Chinese. This is 9-vil start, so Chinese are insane, because you can just start fishing right away. With the villagers, he's even using the Ibex there. I'm going to use the fish trick to help further secure a little bit of idle time, but it's still pretty good. No, this is, they have their own version. Yeah, he'll be the Chinese over here, and to the southwest, in the blue as the Magyars, it will be Tatito. Interesting stuff. Jordan's TC is pretty darn bad. Really close to the water. It's just, oh, I have no idea who did the maps for this tournament. I don't think T-West did. I think it was Zetnus. So, really, all of the civs are just in a line. That said, the Vanguard has a lot more space to expand backwards, too. So if they're the ones getting pushed, they can survive. If it is the Capybaras getting pushed, they're going to be having a really bad time. Little stream? Ah, there you go. So, fill count is even between the two teams. That's actually pretty good for the Vanguard, because it means that Winchester isn't getting too out of hand as Chinese. Yeah. Like, Andy's off to a very good start. But as far as, like, the roles that these guys are going to play, Magyars and Ketons are the only civs that have Hulk bonuses, and they are indirect Hulk bonuses. I mean, really, they're just attack upgrade bonuses. So we'll have to see if they end up going for those ships. As it is usually just a Hulk Fiesta. Or, I mean, they are both, you know, cavalry civs. So are we going to go like FC Steppe Lancers, or even FC Magyar Hussars, or Light Cav and Daboom, or I have no idea. Tato's got plenty of space, so he doesn't need to go for something super all-in. Mongols, are we going to be seeing the FC Mangudai? I mean, it's not like the eco is too crazy right now for Viper. And he is relatively close to Doubt. And because Doubt is Malians, who's likely going to be going for water, I mean, he's definitely has the most standard, traditional, hybrid, aggressive Nomad Civ of all the Vanguard Civs. Vinch is on his way up to feudal age as Chinese. Chinese can do a bunch of different things, of course, just with a good flexible economy. 2P, I mean, I don't think they do anything other than FC Blackwood Archers. I feel like if you're playing 2P and you're doing literally any other strategy than FC Blackwood Archers, you're not playing the Civ to its full potential. Really think they probably need a reload speed decrease in Castle Age. I don't know. They just feel so overbearing. Tandoori, thank you so much for the 57 months. I really appreciate it. Anyway, Bigville lead right now for the Vanguard. Out with more docks incoming. Jordan as well. Alright, Viper will indeed be going FC Mangudai. Vinch, queuing up some fire ships. About the opt-out? Yes, I did. I had actually several people message me. I did the opt-out. Although it did take me like 5 minutes into the stream, so AI could have trained on my stream for like the first 5 minutes of my stream, guys. I'm sorry. Anyway, everybody on the way up to feudal age here for Vanguard. Obviously slower than everybody really for the Capybaras, except for Tato here. And Tato is going to be going FC Magyar Hussars. Jordan's building a barracks, so he's also going to be going for something more terrestrial in nature. We actually have a bunch of Hulks on the way for purple. Oh, Andy is he not going FC Blackwoods? I mean, he's kind of got those resources-ish, but maybe he's thinking I just have to defend for the time being. Quite possible, as Vinch is applying a ton of pressure here. Meanwhile, Viper will be the first player up to the Castle Age, so it seems like he's having no issues whatsoever, going to be going for his FC Mangudai build. His fishing ships are here to the south, of which he has 7, just the one dock for him. And what's Jordan up to? Okay, there's a stable. Okay, so it will be for Steppe Lancers. Tato, meanwhile, I mean, he's certainly got his resources, except I don't think he has a blacksmith. Oh, it's actually a stable and a market. Interesting. In doubt, is he also going FC? Yes, he is. I'm not sure into what, though. I mean, the Vanguard have a big Ville lead right now. Mainly because Viper and Winchester don't really have that insane of an economy, although 11 fire ships now, but, I mean, they are running into the thing that counters them, aka Hulks. Great pullback there from Andy. Still, you are delaying the 2P player from going for Blackwood Archers, which doesn't feel like a complete loss. And more fishing ships are going to be in peril, and a lot of those ults are low HP. Vinch is focusing them. Really freaking good micro there from Winchester. Holy cow. And Andy's kind of getting trounced. Good villager count, and he is on the way up to Castle Age, but this is still not ideal. Wait, oh no, he's gonna go full Ornlu, guys. I mean, this is classic Viper. Absolutely classic Viper. Have the build for an FC, and then add 2 TCs. Or FC castle drop, and then just add TCs first. Oh no, he's just gonna sit around and boom as Mongols. I mean, he's gonna get his own castle soon as well, but still. Wild. To be fair, you do need somebody on a good eco in this game. Jordan's almost up to Castle Age. I would not be surprised if he added TCs relatively quickly on top of going for some scouts or step lancers or what have you. Medium warships is coming in for him. Here's the castle. Well, that's the issue, right? That was up so much slower. He went for an FC. He has a huge boom, a fish boom, but he doesn't have an army. He's adding in some TCs here at the back, but it doesn't feel great, that's for sure. Gillnet's coming in as well. Yeah, Doubt best eco in the game. Way ahead of Viper in that regard, but I mean, the Mongols player is also going to be on 3 TCs. This castle is in. Viper still has 20 villagers on food nominally. And the Mangudai train is going to be leaving the station. Vinch is getting those walls up. Tato's going to have his castle up over here. That's all walled off. And now the eco numbers between the two teams are basically the same. That's it. Vinch is the only player in Feudal Age. He's going to click up in just a second, but he is the slowest. Medium warships is coming in. And Andy will eventually be able to sort this out, especially once those Castle Age upgrades come in, but they're not in yet. Andy taking this fight right before the Castle Age upgrades, which is really weird, but it'll work out in the end, I guess. Nice save there. Is Onimaru winning? No, Onimaru is winning. All right, second TC here for Andy. More ship upgrades coming in for him. A little weird that we're seeing that from the 2P, but Andy, of course, known for his good quick walls. Unfortunately, not going through right there. No loom is in for him. There is a defensive camel out from Jordan, though, and that will help out. But yeah, it's like they wanted Doubt to be in the position to boom, but he's also, like, right in front of Viper and Winchester. Mangudai production is coming on in here. 56 bills for him, 58 for Doubt, but I would rather be making Mangudai than Knights at this stage of the game. Or most stages of the game. Some fish traps coming in now from Doubt, and the Vanguard still have a little bit of an eco lead. Magyar Hussars currently have Bloodlines and Husbandry, as well as their free iron casting upgrades, but no blacksmith upgrades yet. But I mean, now we're just going to be looking at two of the most overbearing unique units in the game with Magyar Hussars and Mangudai. Got a little bit of a nuisance there. The Knights do have pretty good upgrades, actually, only missing attack upgrades, and even that is going to be coming in for Doubt. So they'll be able to challenge the Magyar Hussars. We do have the second TC coming in for Jordan. Tato's adding in TCs 2 and 3, though. He's also picking up relics. Still, the numbers are looking good here for Vanguard. They're still very competitive on water. Inch definitely... I mean, he got some damage done, but not that much. Jordan actually has the most eco units killed by a lot. And that's going to be from all these Warhulks now with iron casting. So good on him there. Able to start pasteurizing his economy, and camels are going to be good against both Mangudai and Magyar Hussars. That bill is so trapped, though. Feels bad, man. Bunch of upgrades coming in here for Winchester. He is adding in a second TC, but now we have a third TC coming in here from Andy. And like I said, the Vanguard are the team that have the space to boom. The Knights have more upgrades than the Mangudai, so they're actually able to chase them down for the time being. But yeah, still 2v1 fight. Well, I mean, you can see that we have 2 players in the 60s, 1 player in the 50s, and then 1 in the 60s, 50s, and 40s for the Capybaras. So right now, you can see that Vinch is in a really tough spot. He's trying to add in bills. It's not like he hasn't lost that many, or he hasn't lost that many, but he's just really slow now in getting up to Castle Age. +1 defense going to be huge for Jordan. That's coming in. And they're still doing work here with the fish boom. 19 fishing ships, 18 fishing ships, 1 versus 4, 5, 1. So really, like, the eco difference is entirely fishing ships. In terms of raw villagers, the Capybaras are actually ahead, but it's the fishing ships, as it so often is the case. And this has been the best-looking moment here for the Vanguard in this series thus far. And a very different-looking map. That said, this is not happening at the moment. Got a couple Rams coming in, and a Mangonel. Gonna be down to Viper to defend his ally for the time being, for sure. Third TC from Jordan, more camels from him. The Hulks aren't really going to do all that much at this point, as they've won water. They can play the "You have won water" theme. So yeah, Jordan's going to need to contribute more on the land, but that is exactly what he's going to be doing. Another defensive castle coming in here from Viper. Knights are charging in. Another TC right next to the first one. And now Doubt going to be coming forward to drop an aggressive castle. Those quick walls are not happening. And Viper is not going to have that work out too well. Good attack round from Doubt. And this is exactly what the Vanguard need, guys. Kato's running out of military here as well. And Doubt able to defend, able to boom up. They had the better positions. They were all able to get the castle age in good order. That castle has to be canceled. This push is continuing, and right now, Team Capybara just, they don't have the numbers. Huge push here from Doubt. Now, these are two TCs, but oh, they don't even have fletching. Oh, that says a lot. Yeah, I mean, Vinch is also pretty dead. Jordan's score is gigantic thanks to winning water. And again, it's just... Nobody has any fishing ships in this game except for Yellow and Red, who have 19 and 18, respectively. It's like, that is the difference at the moment. Oh, now the Blackwoods are coming out, too. And again, this is a game that's not likely to go late. This is exactly what the Vanguard need if they want to start taking some wins. And Nomad can just be like that, right? Just how the map works. Viper still doesn't have husbandry. Gonna be another castle over here from Doubt. I mean, you know, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Vinch isn't doing anything right now. He lost water. Kato's Magyar Hussar numbers are not very impressive. He had to add a bunch of TCs, which was not able to get the castles. Those Magyar Hussars aren't doing it. I mean, these guys don't have no army. I mean, that is a Doubt castle, right? I mean, let's call a spade here. It's a Doubt castle. University coming in here from Jordan, who really doesn't have much of an army left. Again, he's got a lot of population in Hulks right now. And he's coming into Stonewall the North. Like I said, they have a lot more map control. The Capybaras aren't giving up yet, though. Imp is going to come in for Jordan, though, and whatever unit Jordan wants to make a storm of in early Imperial Age is likely going to be almost impossible to stop. Oh, no. Alright, castle coming in here from Andy. Blackwood Archer numbers are going to be climbing. Very few siege units on the map right now. That said, there is a Mangonel and a rocket cart coming in, and like, no, oh, no, come on, guys. Alright, Andy does have his own Mango there, so does get the 1 for 0, or 1 for 1. There's another Mangonel coming in, though. Nice snipe there. Castle had to be canceled. Doubt gonna try again with like 5 bills. Now, our team, or rather, is Team Vanguard so far ahead that 2 Doubt Castles in a row will not cost them? I think so. Like I said, Jordan should just swoop in here with a bunch of Imperial Age units and then kill everything. I think. I don't have as much confidence as I would like. Great attack round there. Inch is going to come in with his own castle. Going to be placing it on that side. Right. Okay, Viper also finds a way to click up. Kurekosawa. Alright, Jordan swooping in here. He's doing the thing he needs to do. He's an Imperial Age. That castle's coming up. Yeah, it lost a lot of HP. This castle's not happening at the moment. Did that boar take any damage at all? How did that boar not take any damage? That's so bizarre. Yeah, that castle... Okay, it's fine. It was... Oh, that's also another Doubt Castle. How many Doubt Castles can you have and still be in a dominating position? Going for a conversion there. 2P do have redemption. I mean, Vinch still isn't able to do anything at all in this game. Oh no, not... Guys. 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 Okay, that castle is not getting denied. Actually, it will be Viper's castle that's denied. Vinch does have his own castle down. Tato still has tons of space is the thing, right? He's going to be an Imperial Age in a moment, and he'll be able to start getting towards his Cav Archers. Tato can, of course, petard bust through there, no problem. Okay, guys, how sold are we right now on the Vanguard winning this one and finishing it off? Like, what is the degree of this game is totally over? Thing is, it should be over. But the thing that I'm not super convinced is that we have Viper and Tattoo who are still in a good spot, and they have 2 of the best carry civs possible. Like, the best of the best. Heavy Camels coming in here from Jordan. And that's still going to be good, although once Tato finally gets his upgrades, and again, Tato's on 140 bills, so he'll get his upgrades. Oh my goodness. Good on Ketons? He is. Then why am I still a little dubious? Why do I still have that little bit of an in my mind? Imp is on the way for Doubt as well. More Knights are coming out for him, but, like, what are Mulligans gonna do here? Hyper is perhaps overextended, but that castle's gonna go down. Which civs carry? Mangudai with Mongols and Cav Archers with Magyars. In general, the best carry unit, so to say, to completely turn a game on its head are ones that are fast and ranged. And if they're both of those things, in the case of Cav Archers, they are some of the very best. Castle from Viper. Again, like, it's not that they have much map control left. They really don't. But they might have just enough. Guys, like, Viper's gonna be on, like, what, 5 castles? I guess 4 castles. Out-swamp Mangudai? That's true. Guys, Tata's gonna have fully upgraded Magyar Cav archers in like just a second. Andy's gonna be an imp soon, and once again, Vinchester's just gonna be stuck falling very far behind everybody else. How to let Mangudai beat you? Well, I mean, it's half Mangudai, half Magyar Cav archers. They're both pretty equally insane these days. Elite Mangudai coming in here from Viper. Some raids from some Magyar Hussars. Guys, Capybara have a Vil lead right now. Oh, no. Yeah, scores are very close, and a lot of it's Jordan with his, 22 Hulks that are, again, literally useless right now. Like, they do nothing. Ordo cavalry coming in. Like I said, I wasn't sold on this here from Jordan. He doesn't quite have the civ for it, and I don't think he was really in the best spot. Dowd's gonna try and come in with Cavalier, and like Malians and Ketons just don't scare these civs in the late game enough. Finch is also on his way up to Imperial Age. Now, it is true that you don't really have any melee units at the moment, and I think Vinch is probably just going to go Halbs. Maybe Fire Lancers if he can afford them, but chances are it's probably Halbs. Yeah, Tata's got Magyar Hussars here as well. Like, again, these are two of the absolute carriest of carry civs. I think Jordan did almost nothing with his Imperial Age. I think the Camels are a huge mistake. It's actually, I think, was possibly a game-losing mistake. You need something that just kills everything. And I think Elite Step Lancers with Ordo Cavalry are probably the best at just, again, you just need to swamp everything and, they come at me, bro. Elite Blackwood Archer is coming in, but I doubt they trade effectively versus all these Elite Mangudai. Nomads coming in for Viper. Oh boy, Team Capybaras have the score lead. Again, like, they had the civs for this. If they didn't have such a big civ advantage, they would still be dead. But you have to play to your civ's strengths. Take unfair fights? Honestly, I think that's a pretty good way of explaining it. You need to do something inherently broken, right? Malians do nothing for you. They're a mid-game civ. I mean, they're a very good mid-game civ. It's not like, oh, it's awful civs or anything like that. I don't think Curare's in. It's just not good enough. Okay, it is going to be Fire Lancers here from Vinchester. Like I said, you need a melee unit. And the Fire Lancers will do just fine. Allows Tato to get more Cav Archers. I mean, this is just all sorts of not good enough. Again, you still have map control as the Vanguard. Doubt should be on camels? Yeah, I think that's correct. Didn't produce any? Maybe that's a team call then? Guys, Keton Cav Archers are not the answer here. You're literally just making a worse unit than the Mangudai and then the Magyar Cav Archers. Sappers for Vinch. Yeah, I think anything... Malians should be on camels. It should have been a Step Lancer Swamp in early Imperial Age from Jordan into, maybe support with rocket carts? Something like that. And then, obviously, the 2P player goes Blackwood Archers. I mean, that's pretty straightforward here from Andy. Onager and Drill coming in for Viper, because why the heck not? The thing is, they're securing map control when they absolutely need to. And now the markets are going to come in here, and although it's not going to be the best trade route, it is likely going to be a good enough trade route. Now going to try and do some raiding here. I just don't think Farimbaliers are the unit. I just don't think they're good enough. And of course, the Blackwood Archers are going to be very sad to see those Drill Onagers. And the thing is, if indeed the Vanguard lose this game, are we allowed to call this a throw? I feel like we are. Guys, this just isn't going to work. Heat on Cav Archers are not good enough. I mean, without the siege, the Blackwood Archers can still do some silly things. Like, Vanguard had a player up to Imp, they had all the map control. I do think they left Tattoo alone a little too much. But even so, this feels like this game should have been over. Yeah, like, with Onagers out, 2P are basically Sir not appearing in this film. Yeah, it was the double Doubt Castle and the fact that Jordan didn't know what to make his Ketons. And Doubt also made the wrong thing. Keeping Great Wall coming in for Vinch. And I think we also have to give a lot of credit here to Capybara. They knew their win conditions, right? They knew exactly what units they needed to go for. And I think that when you're looking at a game that was in no small part going to be decided on who had the better game plan, we can't say, oh, it's like the most obvious thing ever. Although, to be fair, Magyars and Mongols are pretty darn straightforward how to play. Malians and Ketons are very tough to play. But still, you got to do what you got to do. Yeah, I mean, you're not killing this. Fun fact, guys, you don't kill Elite Mangudai, Siege, Engineer, Drill, SO. Oh my goodness gracious! Mercy me, I have the Vipers! Oh no! Guys, did you know Blackwood Archers aren't very good against Onagers? I bet you didn't know that before watching this game. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, if they had either Mongols or Magyars on their side as well, maybe, but disappointing for the Vanguard, for sure. Now, every win still is going to matter, but they have lost this set to Capybara. And with only 4 teams advancing to the playoffs, this is going to matter a lot. Into a Southern Belle? I don't know. Why do I do anything on this stream? With the Doubt I think the Doubt Castles... in part, the Doubt Castles delayed Doubt's Imperial Age. And delaying the Imperial Age meant that Malians were slower up to Imp, making for Rimba Cavaliers, and it's just... all these things cascade. And even if the position was so good for the Vanguard, it was simply not good enough relative to the fact that Tato and Viper had the civs, and they had the player skill. Right? Both of those things coming together... Yeah, it's a very interesting game for sure. Viper obviously with a pretty silly KD there with Mongols. Maybe put that forward. I call it soda. The Midwest is generally pop, but Chicago's actually an island of soda in a sea of pop. All right, that was Chinese, Mongols, and Magyars. It's not like Mongols and Magyars were super high draft picks either. Malians were higher. Put Lewis on yet? I mean, I think that Vinchester is probably just a bit better than Lewis. Not that Lewis is bad. I mean, I think, you know, you're spoiled for riches at that point. Oh, whoops, I'm sorry. I did this backwards. A Paladin Civ? I mean, 2P work just fine. I mean, they are there doing the thing that you want them to. But eventually you run into a brick wall. Honestly, like, these are the sorts of games that make me really wish there was at least a desire in the community for, like, some hardcore game analysis. One sec, guys. All right. They're in Tres Leches. Civs, Romans, Huns, Hindustanis? Unless they're going to be doing something in the FC Unique Unit family of builds. And then... Huh. Saracens, Vietnamese, Jurchens? Maybe? But Vietnamese at the front, Jurchen Saracens at the back? I'm not sure. We'll have to see. Oh, Lewis is also going to be tagging in for Tato. All right. Ooh, they're doing something, guys. They're doing a little something something. The Vanguard are playing the civs you would expect. I think the Capybaras are doing something degenerate. No, Nacho's not playing right now. Did I cast T West's final? What T West's final? His tournament? What tournament? What? Brazil? That wasn't T West's tournament. I mean, T West was there, but it's not like it was the T West tournament. I don't remember. Rage for, but that's not done yet. That's still going on. We're not even done with the group stage yet. Still plenty more stuff happening. I live my life confused, man. It's my secret superpower. League at the Garrison? The latter. The League Grand Finals are going to be at the Garrison, which is still going to have its own 1v1 tournament. Anyway, guys, doing something spicy, I feel. We'll have Lewis in the blue as the Hindustanis. He's tagging in for Capybara. He'll be tagging in for Tato. We'll be on the east flank. The Viper is going to be in the green as the Bohemians in the pocket, but the pocket's also kind of the flank on this map. It's a little weird. And Vinch is going to be the Cyan Muisca here to the west. There's something degenerate happening. I'm not sure what, but there's going to be something degenerate happening for sure. Meanwhile, Jordan is going to be the yellow Jurchens here in the middle. Kind of surprised. You'd think they'd be on the side. Vietnamese for Andy here on the side. And Dowd as well. Yeah, I would think that Jurchens and Vietnamese would be swapped. Jurchens go scouts into Step Lancers or whatever. Or Cav Archers. Saracens can go FC, and then Vietnamese hold the line at the front. No idea. But this is such a weird map. It's the weirdest map of the tournament. Lots of goofy stuff happening. There is no hill in the middle, though, in this version. Okay, that is something that's worth keeping in mind. The middle is also wider, if I recall correctly. Did I forget Loom already? Yeah, I did. Okay, I think he's... Again, I'm pretty sure there's something extremely degenerate about to happen. If you're going for the FC Hussite wagon stuff, maybe Jurchen Scouts are going to be one of the better units at stopping that. But I don't know if you can just go Scouts here from the flank. I don't know. Right now we have Fisky Mothers coming in from all of our flanks. Yeah, look at this nonsense here. Lots of hunt available for the Bohemian flag. Captured. Also, guys, did you know that you play in Cyan in the Bohemian campaign because the Bohemians are Cyan in the first Barbarossa scenario? The devs actually do care about that level of continuity.
Ano.
Jsem připraven, yeah. Žádáš.
Žádáš. Jsem připraven. Ano.
And you play as green in the Cumans campaign because the humans, Kipchoks, Merkits, whatever that represented the Cumans essentially were green in Genghis Khan 4. Palisades were 5 wood each, then the game just becomes a big Drush fest. Drush Men-at-Arm fest, which it is. Those sorts of things are very common as well. I don't know why they made the Timurids purple. If anything, they should have been in a yellow for the Golden Horde. I don't know, I'd have to ask them. Anyway, Lewis is ostensibly going FC. I mean, he's going FC. Don't know FC into what. FC Gulams feels a little weird. Jordan is opening scouts. I don't know if you could normally do this. Normally, I think you just have to go double range archer. But, as I keep saying, this map is weird, weird, weird. Of all the maps, this one's probably going to have the least developed metagame. Andy's going to be going at least for some level of water play. Vinch is on 2 docks, though, so he could also go for some water. And Muisca do have a decent enough early game Navy with the age up bonus for Castle Age, and you get the early wood bonus. I mean, it's not like it's great, but, you know, I guess it could be worse. And Doubt is going for some galleys, just 2 docks for him. Yeah, very far away from the Castle Age, so he's just going to be going for just galleys. Product and not the profit. That is never the case, though, unfortunately. I don't know how gaming got away with it for so long, to be honest.
Ano.
I mean, like, Will, who just retired, I don't necessarily agree with all the decisions he made, but Will did care about Age of Empires, and he was literally the lead at World's Edge. And Age of Empires, to a degree, did benefit from that. All right, Castlade coming in here for Viper. Like I keep saying, he's doing some sort of nonsense. Will, yeah, Will just retired. Or went on to bigger and better things or something. All right, Vil goes down over there, and I mean, Vinch is kind of getting wrecked here. Ongo. Yeah, that was McDonald's. The Burger King CEO actually did the exact opposite. Took a huge bite of their burger because, you know, it is like the easiest marketing ever. I mean, this feels all sorts of silly. Like, this isn't gonna happen, guys. There is no way that this happens. Naval fight happening over here. It should be an easy win for Vanguard. This is looking very experimental from Capybara, which is another word for bad. You have to be very diplomatic. Anyway, Lewis is on his way up to Castle Age. If it's a draw, nothing. There are 9 teams in total, so it's still an odd number of games that the teams play. Wait a minute. No, you would need an even number because there are 8 other teams, so you'd play 8 sets, right? 8 sets of 4 would mean that we have an even number of games. Huh. But there are 9 rounds. Wait, what? Are there 10 teams? No, there are 9 teams. Guys, I don't understand. This is where the Ornlu is an idiot has to come out. All right, Viper with a bit of a forward castle. Like I said, this really shouldn't be much of a game. Oh, hey, couple archers. Don't actually think that's going to do all that much. Lewis is now in Castle Age. He's going to add a TC. He's just going to go for some camels, I guess. Draws? Yeah, it should, doesn't it? I mean, again, this is literally the first day of the tournament, so we're just kind of learning about this stuff now. Anyway, Doubt is on his way up to Castle Age. He's got 9 fishing ships as well. He's in a cruising spot. 40 eco units for Andy. He's killed a ton of eco, I think. Well, actually, very egalitarian. 5 eco kills for each side. You got to appreciate the Vanguards and their sense of community. Reflects that? Yep. And they have no armor, so they die very easily. Anyway, this, like I said, is all sorts of not happening. Jordan's also on his way up to Castle Age. Viper lost his monk somewhere along the way. Those are Hindustani camels, but looks like Jordan able to find just enough of an angle here. Very nicely done.
Wait.
Yeah. Great job there. I mean, yeah, Jordan's going to be annoyed here, but Andy and Doubt should be in such an insane position that it really doesn't matter. Double camel production coming in for the Saracens player. I'm pretty sure Saracens now beat all the other camels in Castle Age ever since they got their absolutely ridiculous HP bonus. No idea why they need to have 145 HP camels in Castle Age, and yet they still don't have like a top tier win rate, so who knows. Doubt just had some TCs. I mean, Vinch is just dead. Got nothing going for him. And Jordan's at least survived, right? He's in a perfectly fine spot. Well, camels show up here. It's not like camels are the best anti-Hussite wagon unit, but with 145 HP, they will be just fine. Last game was different, though. Last game had a couple players actually still booming up and getting to a good army. This game, Viper is on 33 vills. 47. I mean, Lewis is still on a pretty good vill count, all things considered, although he lost his navy. And you could, again, make the argument that the difference right now is in fishing ships, right? 0 fishing ships versus 22. And that's basically the vill difference. I mean, it was a dominant lead. I wasn't lying. And also, use the H word when it comes to my casting, so that means I'm now officially a hype caster. Unless I'm insane, Grenadiers should be fairly bad against the Hussite wagons. I can't say it's a matchup I've seen a bunch before, but I'm, like, pretty sure the Grenadiers should be awful. Hussite wagons don't bunch up very much, and they have high pierce armor. Now we're on almost a 30 villager difference, though. Vinch is still not quite up to Castle Age yet. He will want to eventually go for his Wetchas. I guess those repairs are good. Versus camels? I don't know. Grenadiers have minimum range. Right? Yeah. Otherwise, they blow themselves up. Second TC for Jordan. Doubt's chilling on 3. That Hussite wagon's getting splatted. Doubt's on 70 villagers, actually. Holy cow. Not even the Komodo dragon can save you. Got a university, a second TC, and a castle now. 4th TC for blue. Red running in here with some camels. I mean, I guess you're going to snag a villager. AoE 2 classic. I don't even, like, what would that even do? You can only play as the AOC civs. With AOC balance. I don't actually think that would do very well. Voice chat was needed. Yeah, I'm not too sold on that one being important. Third TC coming in. I mean, I don't have the best thumb on what all the AoE 2 player base is doing, but yeah, I never really got that one. Anyway, Doubt's camel upgrades are so much better. Like I said, this game felt very experimental for the Capybaras. They know they'd won the set. Maybe... I mean, they still had the civs left to do this, right? So it's not like necessarily this wasn't their plan the whole time, but whatever it clearly is not being very effective. Get huge eco lead right now for the Vanguard. Way more substantial than the last game. 23 fishing ships here for Andy. I'm still not too sure about the Grenadiers, though. That one's kind of weird. Anyway, Guechas, once again, either being busted or terrible. They're going to go full Ongo, that's for sure. Honestly, pretty insane micro from Vinchester, holy cow. I mean, to be fair, okay. Vinchester just killed, what, 4 Cav Archers and lost nothing. I don't even think he took any damage. Like, that's ridiculous. Alright, Vinch, alright. More Cav upgrades not coming in here from Blue. Doubt's still ahead of him, though. The 11 fishing ships certainly make a big deal. Or are a big deal. Rocket Cart here is, of course, going to be critical in dealing with the Hussite wagons. Technically, Viper is actually ahead in villagers relative to Jordan, which is a bit surprising. Camel's running in to do a bit more raiding. Obviously, it's not like they're the best raiding unit, but they aren't the worst either, I guess. More ongoing. The ongoing is ongoing, if you know what I mean, chat. If you're picking up what I'm putting down. Remember, Guechas are slower than Plumed Archers. But they do have one more base attack. And a bit more HP. Guechas not doing bad. They are still a great Castle Age unit. It's just an Imperial Age that they really fall off. Imp on the way here for Doubt. Again, Doubt should, in theory, steamroll everybody. Doubt's with a much better civ at doing that, with Saracens versus Ketons. Now, granted, you don't really want camels against the Guechas, but even so. Imp's also on the way here for Andy. The Guechas are going to really perform horribly once Imp comes in. Like I said, they're just a Castle Age unit. They're not really an Imp one. Lacking Ring Archer armor is such a huge issue, right, for the Muisca. Oh, the healing! The healing! I mean, Viper and Lewis are both on their way up to Imp. The ecos are still quite bad, though. Oh, but Mariston! Guys, did you know Doubt's by Mariston? Really, nice shout out there for Doubt. More than anyone? They sure do. Oh, hey, Jordan's finally pushing over here. Nice job finding the weak point in the defenses. And, like, as fun as it is to watch, you know, Vinch run around with a bunch of these Guechas and, you know, kill stuff, it's still going to be very limited with his eco being so bad behind this. Some Guechas showing up over there. This is still going to be a pretty good fight for Jordan, all things considered. Again, Vinch's micro is insane with the Guechas. Like, he is absolutely getting the most out of this unit, and Viper with a nice surround there as well, but, like, I keep on saying, it's not enough. It would have to take the Vanguards completely flubbing their current eco and Imperial Age advantage, which, to be fair, they did in the last game, but I don't think Doubt is going to do here.
Jsem připravena.
I mean, the Saracen Camels are going to be so much better than the Hindustani ones until Imp Camel comes in. Gwetcha's still being annoying. Finch is on his way up. The populations aren't that disparate. Imp Skirms are going to trade very well, though, versus the Gwetchas. Like, Gwetchas can't even beat regular skirmishers efficiently. Their ongoing is simply not sufficient ongoing. Anyway, fully crated heavy camels here for the Saracens player. They are not quite within the healing range, I think. Okay, there they are. I mean, honestly, the macro from Lewis is very good. No way Vanguard throws another game, right? No fletching even in. Lead Hussite Wagons in for Viper. We love patrol. I mean, guys, heavy camels in. The Saracen camels are still a little bit better for now, but it's not going to get better over time. The Gwetcha numbers are still pretty solid. You also have an insane trade civ combo. You have Caravanserais plus Grand Trunk Road. You have the Bohemian team bonus, and then you have the longer-lasting gold, and then free guilds and caravan for Muisca. Like, they all have good gold/trade bonuses. There are no batters on the field? Kinda. Alright, this push should still be happening. Again, paper money, siege engineers here for Jordan. Thunderclap bombs! Okay, you got the Lochwans as well. Those are going to be insane. You'd have an invincible team? Seems like it. Still a bunch of relevant upgrades coming in here from Vinchester. Again, I'd like to reinforce the idea that this game should have been over a very long time ago. Remember, Gwetchas only end up with 7 Pierce Armor. And Lochwans are insane, and Viper's making his unique unit, right? So obviously losing those castles hurts like crazy. That said, U1 is very good against this army composition is Bohemian stuff. And guys, Lewis has had his fully upgraded Imp Camels. Done 153 vills, and as I keep saying, the team bonuses and trade and all that stuff is very good here for the Capybaras. Bombs are getting thunderclapped, though. Viper would probably like to have some amount of halves, but he just doesn't have the eco for that at the moment. Army values are comparable. The Imp Camels are going to be very good. Remember, and now the Imp Camels are better than the Saracen Camels. No, I love patrol stacking. It's my favorite thing in Age of Empires. Oh no, guys. Got some keeps here for Andy. They still vaguely have map control. Trade is not getting harassed, though. Like, they still have all this stuff at the back. I mean, Jordan just has Lochwans. That's his only army, and 5 archers sitting in a town center. And camels, I mean, it's not like they're the best unit ever here, but like they can get the job done, and Lewis's macro, again, is very, very impressive. Oh, geez, guys. Viper is also going to be starting to make that switch finally over into the Halbs. A bit of a pauserino. I mean, Vinch's eco is still really unimpressive. He's only on 2 TCs, but he is also getting his trade going. If you look at the KD, Jordan just doesn't have many kills overall, despite the good numbers. Lewis has 116 kills. Doubt has 107. Why does Lewis have more kills than Doubt does? Doubt's still ahead by 6,000 resources. It feels like Doubt wasn't really able to make as much happen as he needed to. Should win water? Yeah, but how much is water worth if you can't... Because the thing is, right, if the Imp Camels will deal bonus damage versus the ships, as, you know, the memes and stuff. So you still get 9 bonus damage versus ships, so the Lochons will die super fast. And the trade is going to be getting up and running very, very quickly. I mean, Doubt already has a good trade numbers. I mean, Vinci is really making a lot happen without a lot of economy. Gwitches should still be pretty bad, though. Imp Camels are coming in. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Lewis is here on the surround. Uh-oh. Lochons do explode, remember. And so they do some area of effect damage, and there's still 5 of them left. More Gwetchas gwetching. Numbers still aren't that great for Capybara. Or even losing his relics. It's now a castle being built by 1 villager on the other side of the water. Oh, boy. Are we going to run into a macro brick wall again? Viper going to start to mix in those Bohemian pikemen. Jordan only can contribute Lochons at the moment, which are... I mean, he's doing great work at destroying the castles, but really not able to actually threaten the economies of Capybara, which are eventually getting there. Andy set up very well defensively for himself, but isn't pushing very effectively. Fortified Bastion's now coming in, and we have the pikemen being thrown in. It's not like the pikemen are insane, but it might be just enough to turn the tide. Oh, jeez, guys. I mean, the Lochons, yeah, the Lochons are a very silly unit, especially the Jurchen ones are literally the best. Al coming in from Viper. The populations are getting closer, though. That's the issue right now. Jordan's pop is still very poor. He's got some Fire Lancers, which are going to be good against the pikemen. And Jurchen Towers are also very good. We have some Caravanserais, though, from Hindustani. We need to see some of those here from Blue. 110 gold per trip versus 110 gold, so yeah, that's all even Steven. So actually, technically, oh, he doesn't have Grand Trunk Road, that's why. If you get another 11 gold. Mail arm. Imp Camel's coming in to do a bit more raiding. Doubt with the defensive castle coming in. That cough for like the 50th time. I am on antibiotics. I am sick. I promise I'm probably not going to die on stream. Didn't hear that? Well, it's not my fault you weren't here at the start of the stream. Yeah, thanks, guys. I'll be fine. It's just, you know, I have a cold that turned into a sinus infection, probably. I blame being around cats. Guys, I really wonder if we're going to see more of this. Like, is this dynamic here where you have teams that get ahead but simply don't have the oomph to finish off games before the teams that are honestly just with the higher skilled players just come back? No, for some reason they drafted all water maps. There are 5 water maps in this map pool of like 11 maps, I think. And they drafted all of them, except for one of them. Well, I mean, yeah, Doubt's early Imperial Age just really wasn't enough. And especially compared to Lewis's macro, it just, again, it just doesn't quite feel like it was enough. Would still love to see some Caravanserais, though. Guys, look at the scores are still heavily favoring the Vanguard, but I'm just so unconvinced by this. This is a Doubt Castle. Got some Elefantos coming in, but Viper just throws some Halbs over this side. I mean, granted, like, Hindustanis are a great matchup against Saracens specifically, because it means that Saracens can't really go for Mamelukes, and they lose the camel fight, but... like, then Doubt could just go Cav Archers. It's Doubt, man! Yeah, I mean... Viper's now getting to Hofnitsa. We're at almost 60 Gwetchas, which, again, Gwetchas aren't that great of a unit. They still die, but... I mean, Purple was really struggling to push here. Elite Battle Elephant coming in, but yeah, you're still going to have to run into the Hofnitsa and Halb player. Like, I don't know, guys, is there something I'm missing other than the fact that it's just a matter of macro and compositional understanding that just feels like it's such a big advantage here for Capybara that despite the good positions that Vanguard got into, they just have been unable to actually win the games. Making Gwetcha, they're a very good Castle Age unit, they're just a very bad Imperial Age unit. Anyway, the nice hoofs are in, they're fully upgraded. That's usually when the GGs get called. And again, as amazing as Lochwans are, they don't push, right? So it's like when you have the advantage, you want to close out the game. But Jordan wasn't closing out the game. Jordan was trying to play for a campy game. But that just benefits the team that's down in economy and down in map control. I mean, Doubt is being a bit annoying with those camels. 47 villager kills for Doubt actually feels like a very low number for how, again, how far ahead he was. I mean, this is good. I mean, if the Caravanserais were in, it would be a lot harder to raid, but whoever listens to Ornlu, man, nobody. Alright, well, Lewis's population's dropping a bit. This is not bad. But... maybe Viper needs a few hand cannoneers? I mean, he's relying on the Gwetchas for now, but Gwetchas are, again, not the best unit in AoE 2. Got our 420 HP elephants. Okay, now maybe Vanguard's finally able to make this happen. Now that Jordan's able to contribute these Fire Lancers, Elite Mameluke is coming in from Doubt. Finally are they able to start to get to these good late-game army compositions. Again, we have very little to offer at the moment. They just aren't very good here. The villager counts are not even, but Vanguard have a huge army value lead. They're finally getting some production over here on this side. That castle's going to go down. More towers are going to come in for the Jurchens, which are going to be very tough to stop. And despite only having 4 Pierce Armor, Elite Fire Lancers still have a lot of HP. And again, Gwetches are just a super unimpressive Imperial Age unit. Castle's gonna go down. I guess that tower isn't happening at the moment, but now Doubt's gonna be getting to a bunch of Elite Mamelukes. 26k army value at the moment. Still no Caravanserai because, you know, Lewis likes to make me sad. Oh, boy. All right, our Vanguard able to actually close this one out. Huge army value lead. They're continuing to apply pressure. Power does go down there. Death and fast funeral? Oh, no. Yeah, don't do that, as doubt. That's the thing you don't want to do. Another castle here for Cyan, but their trade route is literally worse. They can't go to the edge of the map because that's where the Lochuans are patrolling. Well, Caravanserais would really help things out, just saying. Yes, there is another set after this set. Again, this is like the exact fight Lewis wants. It's just against camels and Mamelukes. Where you're going to struggle is like Fire Lancer plus Imp Camel loses to... Or, no, Halb Camel should lose to Fire Lancer Mameluke. That's what I'm saying. But scheduled, in theory, I think right after this set. This is like the worst possible engagement setup. This is live. We have our big old walls in here from Jordan. Also have some trade cogs. Don't know how efficient that is. I really have no idea. I feel like that would be extremely inefficient because you have the trade route is always as the crow flies. It's not the actual distance that is traversed, so you're paying a pretty big penalty to go around here. Anyway, Capybara is basically caught up in army value. It just feels like all sorts of the wrong setup as far as how the unit interactions are working. Which maybe this is just Age of Empires is such a complicated game these days that especially in team games, it's difficult to figure out what exactly you need everybody to go for, but I mean, that's what makes team games tough. Heavy rocket cart just now coming in here from yellow. I mean, in general, I like it, but not against the Hofnitze. Trade chips, they do not. It's very sad. For the Age viewers, more 1v1s. Well, unfortunately, team games have never really done as well as 1v1s in terms of popularity, although I, of course, love them. Army values now and actually in favor of the Capybaras. Mamelukes doing a bit of raiding, but they're still going to just die to the Imp Camels. Remember, Imp Camels get bonus damage versus Mamelukes, but not the other way around. Factors? Yep. There is a lot of reasons why team games are not as popular at the tournament level. Saying that as somebody who's hosted 2 team game tournaments in my time. One of them was an S-tier team game tournament. Oh my god. The nice hoof. And understand what's going on? Yep. Unless you're just playing Arabia. But there's just so many different units and how they interact and how the civ bonuses interact, etc. Didn't want to do it? Exactly. Same with Daniela. But she actually has a huge prize pool with this one, which is really important. First 2 minutes of Feudal Age. Thankfully, all the games are decided in the first 2 minutes of Feudal Age. But yeah, it's just it's a complicated game mode or game type. Doubt's gonna try and go into SO, but maybe this is a little too late. Or is that? Yeah, I mean, like, we obviously don't have the... Oh, this is cute from Jordan. Yeah, we obviously don't have the best perspective. But this feels honestly kind of painful. Casters, it's a real skill. Now, I mean, I try to do the best job I can of explaining why stuff is working and why stuff doesn't work in team games, but I also have the luxury of being able to go into pretty significant detail and pretty technical stuff just because my viewership is only hardcore viewers. If I was having to cast to a bunch of casuals, it would be a much more difficult experience. Yeah, it is just objectively tough to do. I mean, it's why I love it, but also it's, you know, it's hard to communicate. And I think that a caster definitely needs to be able to just communicate very well. Hardcore viewers? Absolutely. Do you think any casuals watch this stream? Nah. I mean, if you watch this stream bunch, you watch a fair amount of competitive AoE too. Hey, that makes you as hardcore as it gets, Malamadre. That even your bowels can't stop your love of Age of Empires. Alright, our Vanguard finally making this happen. Hey, this game should have been over a long time ago. But now we got into Rattan Archer, Elephant. Okay, now they tap out. Holy cow. Well done. Getting those towers up in the trade was an excellent move from Jordan to really help seal the deal. This was a lot more difficult than it should have been, but you know what, guys? A win is a win, and you can't complain for somebody getting the win. You can see that negative KD for everybody here on Team Vanguard. Or, sorry, on Team Capybara, and yet they were still able to hold on for so long. Ecos, Jordan definitely should have had more gold collected for sure. Two games at once? Poorly, yes. Still, the Capybaras are going to get the 3-1 victory, so they will ultimately be winning this set, so that's obviously what they are going to care the most about. Well done to them. Yeah, I mean, if Vanguard had won the game, the Nomad game, which they should have won, then this series could look very different. All right, guys. My dentist appointment is in a half hour. I don't think we'll have time to cast another game, so I think I'm going to have to head off for the day. I will be back tomorrow, though. I'm pretty sure there's more sets happening tomorrow. Yeah. Have FU at the... Wow, Fodler. Wow. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I'm certainly looking forward to casting more of the tournament. That was fun to watch, though. I really enjoyed casting that set, so hopefully you guys enjoyed it, too. I don't think my casting was very good, considering how sick I am, but hey, we did our best. I'll see you guys tomorrow.